Привет. Продолжим консил. Валяется у меня примерно полгода, чуть больше. Эти Адамсы малые гостиные. О, что, это прям тормозит, да? Нет? Что-то жестко лагает. Ну ладно, есть прям. Будет лагать. Что-то настроим. Карта навыки, звание, черты. А, нету прям вот, чтобы бегунка была. Увечки. Управление. Такая вот игра. Ладно, я помню, в особняк какой-то зашел, там то ли убийство, то ли еще что-то. Закрыто. Не знаю, что там, малая гостиная. Сейчас помню, сейчас найдем. Ну, что-то, наверное, большая гостиная.
My son,
история.
oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear
Danger.
that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French revolutionary government. You should do something, my son.
Поехали.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole
Интересный
man.
акцент.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Да, здесь есть файтинг, нет? Читайте письмо гостей, что чего. Пусть решение вы можете достичь цели разные способы, тщательно обдумайте свои решения перед тем, как сделать выбор.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you, stay out of it. This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Let her go.
Нет, надо сказать бабу.
Stay out of it, boy. Shit. What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy. If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Запугать, ударить. Сложность 3, убеждение 1.
Sir, you obviously do not know who I am.
Пробуем
Or you'd keep your
запугать.
distance.
Ooh, one more like that and I'm gonna get scared. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Спокой, промолчать.
I believe in man. From speech comes dialogue. From dialogue, peace is born. And from peace, great destinies flourish.
What the fuck are you talking about? I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move. We're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in
Похоже, таки по-моему, это
distress.
получу.
Let's see how brave you are.
Россия собеседник привел вас в сведения применения навыков, стать дороже. Выпейте флакон золотого эликсира, чтобы прийти в себя. Подтвердить. Давай выпьем.
Listen, we barely know each other, and it seems everything went a bit too far. Let me apologize. if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong? Someone cut your balls off?
Listen, we barely know each other, and it seems everything went a bit too far. Let me apologize if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong? Someone cut your balls off?
Не
You should
работает
have kept
последний
your big
шанс.
nose out.
Оу. Надо было выпить какой-то эликсир золотой. Непонятно. Дополнение какие-то. Развилочки. Ну, допустим. Чайничек вскипел. Ох, жестко.
Bastard caught me dead to rights.
Почитаем записку.
Liam, you have failed me. I don't know what you were doing, but Elizabeth returned much too soon. An day earlier, and I would have been caught. I didn't get time to search through everything, but I did manage to find what I was looking for. The young lady really is John Adams' daughter. Signed, George Washington.
Well done, Louis. The President of the United States asked for your assistance and you screwed up?
Mother finds out, I get the feeling I'll never hear the end of it. Not for a few years, anyway.
Now, what was I going to do last night? Ah, yes. Search the room.
According to what I saw in my vision, this room was Mother's before I got it. Maybe she left something behind that will help me find her.
Перейти манускрипт. Образовательный оккультизм. Этикет. Новый оккультизм. Еще можно брать? А, нет. Утверждение можно. Почитаем. Уже привет, вперед. Открыть меню. А что с медом делать? Навыки.
Nothing.
Это якорцы.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the
лишился
gods to
разума.
lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Немножко истории. Может, какой-то порт кривой. Ну да ладно. Какой есть. Навыки. Убеждение. Открывать варианты развитых действий. Ничего качнуть нельзя. Само качается. Название, черты, предметы. Да, вот какой-то у меня навык есть. Применение навыка плюс одно. Есть. Ну ладно, видимо, это какой-то пассивный эффект. Подсказки, оставленные матерью.
Priest robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Правильненько.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked.
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
A voyage around the world. The travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Found it. A faint sign of the order. Barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Да, бдительность не работает.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching. Look, markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Выключить. Это?
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
После сколько комментариев скажешь, я смогу выключить одну точку действия.
All right, I've retrieved everything. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like it. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy. The conversion of Saint Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I wish. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Вон книжку. Бдительность недоступна, сложность 2. Немножечко здесь остановим. Не хватает, да, похоже. Ну ладно.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Ах, еще одна подсказка есть.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on, but
Writing material.
Какой тупой персонаж-то. Ничего не могешь.
Dear Monsieur de Richer, please excuse me, but I am on.
I haven't even had time to unpack my case.
inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices.
Так, вот я спал.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Я не знаю, где все изучил.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures
Думаю,
Mortimer's
смотрите.
giving to his guests. Very jolly. Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Давай выйдем отсюда. А, я не могу выйти.
Look, markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Еще есть. Достать ловкости доступно. Да ты чего не умеешь-то? Идем на улицу.
A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room. This room looks unoccupied. Nothing. I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Writing material.
Плюс сложность 2, объективность. Давай попробуем выйти. Навыки. Прохождение, этикет, политика, уклонения. Оккультизм, эрудиция. Объективность. Бачка до уровня 1 навык не получен. Это у него по нуля все. О, рождение плюс 1. И можно завязать это?
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Но здесь выхода даже нет. Я просто застрял.
Writing material. incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. St. Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Замуровали демоны.
Look, markings on the floor.
Следует
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Вот ловкость +1, давай. Чего не доступно?
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Просто персонаж тупой.
Inferno by Dante.
И слепой.
Abandoned hope, all you
Ничего не
who
видит,
enter here.
ничего не понимает. Какой-то дверь надо зайти.
Priest robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Пробуйте еще раз выйти и зайти в эту игру.
This room looks unoccupied.
Ясики, нет. Ну, картины хоть разглядывай. Ладно. Давай в меню. Снова вернемся. Высокая включить яркость. О, 30 FPS. Продолжить. Не знаю, что за игра.
Привет, что за игра?
Короче, какая-то игра, которую на форуме Playground узнал, что ее можно на халяву забрать в Стиме. Но я ее щелкнул. Вот. Но она была ненадолго. Вот. Соответственно, я ее установил, получил, а потом она из бесплатного доступа пропала. Я думаю, ну, пускай лежит у меня, пока был бесплатный доступ, может, сыграю. Вот. Короче, Adventure, бродилка. Типа с этого, по-моему, в 19 веке, наверное. Всякие графья, королевы и прочие товарищи. Ты здесь, типа, расследуешь преступления. А пока я что-то не могу выбраться из
Саша,
комнаты.
забери в эпике худ, это типа Робина и нескольких героев.
Да я забрал уже. Там народ пишет, что с онлайном все плохо, но игра настолько небалансная и скучная, что народ просто перестал это играть. Просто забрать забрал, но ставить не буду. Я видел давно обзор на стоп-гейме. Такая себе. Поукрасть, просто проводить что-то. Ох. Ловкость недоступна. Это принесли человек потратив очков действия. То есть... Вот. Это... Эффекты. О, может эффекты отрицательные снять. О! Отрицательный эффект снял. А положительный тоже снял. Замечательно.
Пофигу, что думают люди, самое главное это наша оценка.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Да. Блин, надо мне. Да, посмотрел, мне не нравится. Ну, кооперативный там, он 4 на 4. Одни типа бандиты, другие типа со стражников. Ой, ладно, достаем Google, начинаем гуглить, как есть скучная игра. Закончил. Найдите подсказки. Ну, фиг знает. Плюс навык ловкость. Сохраните книгу с записью. Книгу нашел. Когда один выбрал, что запись делать ничего хреневое. Выходим на балкон и смотрим лимонное дерево. Оденивает чернилами. А вот если персонаж тупой и не может разгадать ни чернила, ничего не может разгадать. Блин, что, я запорол игру, что ли? Длительность мне недоступна. Ничего. Сложность 2. Очков не хватает. Попробуем лимонное дерево на балконе посмотреть. Бездительность. Это кто? Лимонное дерево? Вообще не лимонное. О. Да, что ты пропустил. Забивается из представлений.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Он допёхал. Нагреть надо.
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Так. Вот лампа. Вот что, уголек можно нагреть угольком. Лимончик. Проявляется оценить пользу пепла. 0 очков. Взять пепел.
Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this. Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this.
Давай пепел не будем брать. Так, подумаем. Свечой обычную или, не знаю, что-то горячим? Чайник, вон чайник есть.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Сейчас все поищем. Для чернила.
I don't see how it's technically possible for one type of ink to reveal another. It doesn't make sense.
Это вот чернила. Здесь все нужно: и дипломатия, и наука.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all
Кажется,
ye
везде
who
должно
enter
быть.
here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Не хочется запороть. Есть что-нибудь, чтобы проявить чернила. Так, а ловкости мне тоже не хватает. Пойдем на балкон. Подумаем еще раз. Горячее стучу в спальне, берем со столика. Здесь просто вот сломаешь. А, вот он реально. Что пропустил? Смотреть пользу свечи и хитрости. Думаю, дал эксперимент, там этикет. Свеча работает. Свеча рабочий вариант. Скажу, что есть гайд.
Aha! It's working. The heat reveals the message.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, it could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me?
You're so much trouble. You must not have only found something important, but
you must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Medusa найти.
Sir,
Все
dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Так, сохранить игру и выйти в меню. Стандарчика действия. Ага, установил.
if I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Сколько на мне гостей. А что нельзя найти? Не знаю, в какие комнаты еще можно найти, но вот это, кстати, тоже как-то.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Я вообще не спешу. Так, там что, выход?
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
Давай попробуем зайти.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
О, нормально. Я ж пентаграмма есть. Мне кого-то удалось призвать.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Взломал. Инвентарь. Хорошо. Валеточка есть.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like...
Ну, хоть было написано, да.
A healing method. Well, that's a pity.
Золотой эликсир получен. Черты, предметы. Где золотой эликсир? Ага, снимается эффекты, значка.
The writing is barely legible.
Множество наук, оккультизм. Давай оккультизм качать.
Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism. Is Elizabeth really possessed?
Прежде всего, не были. Уже сделал. Потихонечку изучаю всех людей. О, меня схватил.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals. These are magnesium crystals, a fairly effective remedy for easing anxiety.
Нужна слабость. Допрос. Нет. Здесь это дело должно сохраниться.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. August 24th.
Жизнь.
30 November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a... June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news.
Excuse me,
Оба
Monsieur
получили.
Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Holmes.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that?
There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
I want to find out what really happened.
No, you really don't want to know what your mother did when I shed my first blood at puberty.
On the contrary, you can tell me anything. Let me be my own judge.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
What do you want?
I'd rather keep all my teeth.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
My friend.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Oh.
What do you think of Volner?
Many believe he is the real leader of Prussia. A charming man, but with an iron fist and a velvet glove. I also know he's famous for his love of the hunt, in all its forms.
Don't trouble yourself.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
And right he was too.
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Monsieur de Richet? It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please? Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
I don't know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity. I was hoping you would be up to the challenge. Too bad. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
I don't know how to remedy the situation without re-establishing a solid monarchy.
And what would we stand to gain by this?
We've tried a republic, but it is clear that with the situation we're in now that it's not working. We ought to return to a monarchy.
That makes no sense at all, my friend. The monarchy is a privileged caste who have forever built their prestige by crushing and controlling the people. I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.
My friends,
Куда я вообще
I
должен
would
всех
like to say
закрыть?
a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Какого-то Наполеона мог обыскать. Вот откуда я. Так. Чё я могу? 8 очков навыков. Ничего не получить принятие действий. Потеря развитию непоколебимости. Очков дорога у меня 2. Языка знаний. Хитрость. Наука. Очков до уровня 2. Ой. Есть? Да, пожалуйста. Не стоит ли? Очка, да, я могу поличку вкачать. Печенье. Манипулирование. Ручку.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Все смеются, говорят. Поболтаем с кем-нибудь.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, Louis. But continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
All right, I've retrieved everything.
Circe. Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing. Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses? Amber crystals.
Библиотека. Офигеть. Это очень нереально. Развита алхимия, натуральная наука. Тематика. Ну что, смотри.
Few pages out of an old encyclopedia. Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now? Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take Liberty, please. Ah, painting by Ingres. Molière dining with Louis XIV. The king's posture is surprising. It's almost as if he's addressing someone in the assembly. Christ Crucified by Velasquez. The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael. The Fall of Phaeton, another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot. The Company by Rembrandt. A meeting between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. Celia. That name means nothing to me. Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say. painting with no name. Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene.
Я понимаю, чувак.
The poor devils are about to
Вот
face
среди
the
зими.
beast.
Саша, я
Let's
ненавижу
give them a helping
Средиземье.
hand.
Я когда играл в дополнение, там где если тебя убивают, ты начинаешь полностью с нуля все дополнение, это просто отвратительно. Разгадайте загадку медузы. А что-то я не понял, в чем загадка. Легенда родится.
In Greek mythology, anyone who
Близко
looked
не
into the
будет
eyes
взгляд
of
на
Medusa
глаза, почти
turned to
совками.
stone.
Так, и чего?
So the monstrous
Значит, что что
statue
приводит
Я
к тому,
из
что
заботы
будут светить
потерял 5
глаза.
командиров
their
легендарных.
eyes. It can only be the hero holding the
Жесть.
shield.
Жаль. Придется заново.
The clue I found said, "Beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected. That is its weakness." That's the key. The best protected hero is the one
Он еще
holding the
делает
shield.
такого щит.
Thank you, mother.
Ну давай. То есть нужно медузу, чтобы смотрел на мужика с щитом. Так, где мужик с щитом? Вот мужик с щитом. То есть медузу поворачиваем сюда. Такое было в ризике. Герой с щитом. Так, и чё? Книжка.
The origin of
Читаем.
myths, a reinterpretation of
Загрузили,
legends.
потому что оки всегда
Just what I
меня
need.
бьют. Таких вот.
The text
Да, я
is
знаю.
French on the left-hand page and
Я не
Latin
смог
on
их
the right-hand.
воскресить, просто
Let's
потому
find the
что орки
chapter on the
всегда меня
Medusa.
бьют, а не других орков.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always
Я
belittled
знаком,
women
когда
in society.
дал.
Harpies,
Все на меня
mermaids,
лезли.
the Chimera, the Hydra, the Gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Герой с мечом готовился нанести медузе удар. Так, значит, герой с мечом наносит медузе удар. Давай. Где герой с мечом? Вот. Мечом наносит.
The statue is darker on the right-hand side. It must be often placed towards the fire, which would explain the difference in color. In that case, it would be facing the Medusa.
Медузе.
Perfect for the coup de grace.
Медузе. Так, правильно. Нормас. Я что-то я все потратил. Действие. Так, и осталась у нас последняя статуэтка. Это вот сценарий. Думайте, ух ты, 3 сразу. Очень осушают. Изменилось? Повернулась. Не так много героев.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Да, он стоит как все. Ну что, вроде... Вкуснячки тратить? Ладно, поехали, попробуем потратить. Это если надо хватает очков действий. Давай.
Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa. So what can the lantern do? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield.
А, чтобы солнце отразилось, чтобы блестело.
The aim is to play with the light.
Отразить луч.
If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero.
Герой с щитом. Все.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else. Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can this shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the
к лампаде нужно повернуть.
Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Готово, готово. В камине тайный проход. О, крутится. Крутят. Такая вот фигня. Ну, одинаковых портрета.
For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here. Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Since you insist, Duchess, gallantry obliges... This. Ladies first.
You just won't give in, will you?
I'm sorry, madam. It isn't in my nature.
Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
Я выфингалил, да? А, книжка.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
I bet you've read them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, what part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one. Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. The workmanship on this crown is amazing. The finesse of the gold laurel leaves is beautiful. A crown worthy of an emperor. I'd stake my life that it's the genuine article. Do you know why laurel wreaths are used and not, say, mistletoe or another plant?
The laurel wreath symbolized glory in Roman times.
In your opinion, what kind would suit me best?
A crown of nettles.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Brass quillons and knobs. A beautiful cruciform line. Judging by the wear and the technique used to forge it, this sword dates back to the Crusades, and it must have belonged to a wealthy knight. There's a date. MCXC, 1190. That's right. Forged for the Crusades. I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet, you're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Amber crystals.
Here's something interesting.
Дальше все пускали.
Manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah. A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, But do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Mortimer's collection is unique, isn't it?
That's an understatement. No doubt he has a major passion for history and fine art. Or getting gifts.
If each time Mortimer does someone a favor, they reward him with a priceless gift, that means he must have helped nearly everybody in the world. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Блин, жопу свою выставила, не обойти.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar.
Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little.
If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Let's take your subterfuge talents, for example. You can't make me believe you'd be very effective at sneaking around unobserved, dressed as you are in that puffy whalebone dress. I do find your outfits ravishing, but couldn't you use someone like me to perform certain discreet tasks?
Louis, your naivety is almost touching. Since our arrival, I have been continuously exploring the island without anyone realizing. Know that in a man's world, it is sometimes more efficient to wear a dress with a daring décolletage than to know how to pick a lock. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Yes. You're the kind of girl who gets by on her own and who shares nothing.
The fact is, you are completely mistaken about me. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is... Your partner must be your mother.
I would need to know who she is first.
Forgive me, I didn't know.
I'm an orphan. I thought you'd figured that out.
No, I didn't know. Otherwise, I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Now you know.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows. When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details, so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do? Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this. All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
Пошел со страшненькой.
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
Ладно, узнаю, что с этой женщиной не так. В следующий раз. И возврат в меню. Сходить игру и выйти в главное меню. Да? Завтра. Пока. Попозже.